Genesis chapter 2. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the multitude. And on the seventh day, God finished the work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all the work that he has done. So God blessed the seventh day and hallowed it, because on it God rested from all the work that he had done in creation. These are the generations of the heavens and earth when they were created. Another account of the creation. In the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, when no plant of the field was yet in the earth, and no herb of the field had yet sprung up, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was no one to till the ground, but a stream would rise from the earth and water the whole face of the ground. Then the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. And the Lord God planted a garden in Eden in the east, and there he put the man whom he had formed. Out of the ground the Lord God made to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. A river flows out of Eden to water the garden, and from there it divides and becomes four branches. The name of the first is Pishon. It is one that flows around the whole land of Havia, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. Tilium and Enixtor are there. The name of the second river is Gihon. It is one that flows around the whole land of Cush. The name of the third river is Tigris, which flows east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. The Lord God took the man and put him in the garden of Eden to till it and keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, "You may freely eat of every tree of the garden, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. For in the day that you eat of it you shall die." Then the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helper as his partner." So out of the ground the Lord God formed every animal of the field and every bird of the air, and brought them to the man to see what he would call them. And whatever the man called every living creature, that was its name. The man gave names to all cattle, and to the birds of the air, and to every animal of the field. But for the man there was not found a helper as his partner. So the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and he slept. Then he took one of his ribs and closed up its place with flesh. And the rib that the Lord God had taken from the man, he made into a woman and brought her to the man. Then the man said, "This at last is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. This one shall be called woman, for out of man this one was taken." Therefore a man leaves his father and his mother and clings to his wife, and they become one flesh. And the man and his wife were both naked and were not ashamed. Let us Meditate. In God's image, God does not make mistakes. People do. Some people might be tempted to deny their racial heritage, even to change their physical appearance in order to fit into the latest fad or the dominant cultural image of beauty. We must remember that physical features are not accidents God planned for them. We are all made in God's image. If we are to authentically love ourselves, we must love our whole selves. This includes a love for the dark skin or light skin, straight hair or tight curly hair, wide nose or puck nose, and all the variations in between. Whatever our appearance, we are all blessed of God. Second to stress is about the Sabbath. Even God needed to take a rest. The writer of Genesis makes this point to remind readers to set aside a day for rest and prayer, which Jewish people call the Sabbath. Honoring the Sabbath is an act of trust in God. It means we believe that the world will not fall apart if we stop our activity. The world is in God's hand. We can hear this truth echoed in Jesus' words. Consider the lilies, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in his all glory was not clothed like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass of the field, which is alive today and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, how much more will He clothe you? Luke 12:27 to 28. Traditionally, Christians rest and pray on Sunday because it is the day on which Jesus was resurrected. In our culture today, it seems that many people are losing this practice. What could we gain if we committed ourselves to a day of rest, celebration, and prayer? What can you do personally to more fully honor the concept of Sabbath rest? Third one to meditate is God is our creator. According to Genesis chapters 1 to 2, God created the universe and is the source of order in all creation. Creation is good, and its goodness is reflected in the harmony, peace, and love between the Creator and His creatures, and among the creatures themselves. In Hispanic theological traditions, these ideal relationships, symbolized by the way God and Adam and Eve relate in the Garden of Eden, is considered the foundation in which salvation history is rooted. God, hear our prayers, bless each of us.